What's up, guys? Today I wanted to put out a video explaining where I've been, what happened, and kind of where I want to go with YouTube moving forward. Okay, let's chat about it. All right, so first thing, this video is going to be pretty raw, pretty vulnerable. It may even be emotional. So just want to kind of throw that out there. So where have I been? 6 months ago, right after Thanksgiving 2023, my mom passed away. It was very sudden, and that kind of threw me off mentally a lot, as I think you can understand. So mentally and emotionally, I just haven't been to a place where I felt like I could make videos and provide any sort of a value to you guys at that point. So what happened? Sunday night, we went to bed. Everything was a typical, normal Sunday night. It was the Sunday right after Thanksgiving. Monday morning, I coach the 5:30 a.m. class, so I woke up at 4:30 like typical. And I woke up to a police officer being right outside of my bedroom. In case you guys didn't know, we've been living with my mom. We had been living with my mom and my grandmother to kind of help with the physical things around the house for a bit. Now we just live with my grandmother. But neither here nor there. Woke up to a cop in my face. This is such and such with Chesapeake PD. Honestly, I don't remember. I kind of pushed past him because I knew if the cop was right outside of my door, nothing good was going on. I walked outside, or walked down the hall into the living room to a team of EMS working on my mom. It was 4 or 5 of them doing CPR. My mom had collapsed in the middle of our living room. My Nana is not physically capable of being able to get up and handle the situation. She tried to call us. Me and Whitney did not hear our phones and did not wake up. So she called 911, as she should have. The reaction time to getting to the house and all that, my mom, it was just too long. They were able to get her heart back started, and they rushed her to the emergency room. Needless to say, I woke Whitney up. Whitney came up to coach the 5:30 a.m. class while I was trying to get everybody off to school and handle the normal everyday stuff. I got up to the hospital and I couldn't find my mom. All of her information was relayed to her, but for whatever reason, that information was not relayed to the hospital, so she was in the hospital as a Jane Doe. So that took a little bit for them to find her, and when we finally found her, she had been accepted into the ICU and was hooked up to all the machines and all that sort of stuff. Something happened, and that led to a cardiac arrest. They don't know whether or not the cardiac arrest led to her collapsing or her collapsing led to the cardiac arrest. Either way, the same hormones for like a heart attack and all of that are put out in your body so they couldn't really tell which one led to the other. Either way, that led to severe brain damage and brain death, and she was not able to survive. So after a couple days of that, they pulled the plug, and I watched my mom pass away in the hospital. And then they hauled her off for her organs and everything to be donated. So with that, it was obviously a really rough time after that. That was my mom, it's been hard. With that being said, obviously it's been a hard time since then. We went through the holidays and New Year's, lots of life happened. My grandmother ended up in the hospital right after that for about 2 weeks, where she almost died twice. So it's been a very eventful 6 months or so. But I guess that's life's adventure. So what's changed? Everything has changed. Life has completely changed. So me and Whitney now are the full-time caregivers of my grandmother. She is back home, and she's doing as good as she can be. She's as healthy as she can be. She still needs a full-time caregiver. She's on oxygen and can't move very well, so needs a wheelchair and to be kind of moved around, all that sort of stuff. So me and Whitney are dealing with that. But perspective has changed. We are incredibly blessed and thankful for everybody that stood by our side in this tough time, through the grieving and through the negatives. I was not the easiest to deal with emotionally. I was just a wreck. I kind of got very cold for a bit. And some of our members felt that, and again, I'm truly sorry for that, but thank you for being by our side. But perspective, it has been incredibly clear to me since then that we're not guaranteed tomorrow. Life could literally change overnight, for the good or the bad. Ours changed for the worse that day. But I think it's going to come to something great. God always has a plan. I'm not sure what the plan was or why, but something good's going to come out of it, and I'm going to grow out of it and get stronger, at the very least. So, life's just too short to not do what you want to do and to not live the life that you want to live. And I'm not super happy with where I was mentally. I'm not super happy with where I am physically and spiritually and financially. And it's kind of lit a fire underneath me to go after what I want. I'm pretty determined and getting pretty obsessed with things. So that's kind of who I am as a person. So where are we going? What is the direction we're going with YouTube? Physically, I have gained 40 pounds since my mom passed. So I'm not very happy with where I am physically. So I am getting fanatical about my nutrition again, dialing that back in, rather than eating everything in sight to cope with my emotions, which is definitely where I was. So you can expect some nutritional check-ins. I'll probably be doing some weigh-ins and measurements and all that sort of stuff, just kind of keeping you guys up to date and holding myself accountable with that. I'll still be posting the workout of the day. That's going to be starting very soon, so I'll be posting that just kind of so if you are looking for programming or something like that, you'll have some programming for free and have some fun. Then I think you guys can expect some life and kind of vloggy style stuff. When my mom passed away, we became heirs to the house that we're living in. And so the house was not set up in a way that was very conducive for being prepared. And that's just kind of the person that I am, and I've always had that kind of mindset. So there's lots of stuff going on at the house, lots of things that need to be done, updates, and just overall getting the house prepared. My grandmother is on oxygen, so having supplies stocked up so that she has oxygen no matter kind of the circumstance. That's kind of where we're at there. We also need food and all that sort of stuff, and just to kind of be prepared for, you know, storms or hurricanes or whatever the case may be. There's lots of yard work. Right now my pool is kind of like a pond, so we will be getting the yard ready, getting that prepared and set up, and kind of doing the upgrades around the house and all that. And I'm going to bring you guys along with that and kind of show you how we're preparing just for the future in general, so that if something does happen, we're good to go. You'll be seeing some gym stuff, obviously. I mean, it's a big part of our life. That's our business. You'll be seeing some of that stuff. And then adventures, just family adventures. We've been spending a lot of time together as a family, which is something that has changed perspective-wise. So taking that quality time, putting the phone down, watching movies together, spending time, going on adventures to Busch Gardens and things like that. So I'll bring you along with that, and I'll put together some videos for that, and kind of how fitness is incorporated with all of that stuff, right? We want to do the things in here in the gym so that we can do those things out there. So also maybe a podcast. So if you guys have questions, if you want to see a podcast, kind of give us some topics to talk about. It might be 30 minutes or an hour or something like that, just us chatting where we're at physically, what sort of stuff we want to do, how this incorporates to life, nutrition, you know, whatever. So if you guys want to see any of that, let us know in the comments below. But yeah, that's kind of where we're heading. And you'll be seeing a lot more of me. I'm going to be posting a lot more, and a lot more consistency. So again, thank you guys. I love y'all more than you guys know. I would not have been able to make it through this hard time without you guys and without God. It really has changed everything. So it meant more than you know. I love you. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Okay? You guys have a great day.